All right. Shalom, everybody. We're just going to give a few more minutes for people to come in. Hope everybody's having a great day. All right. Let's see here. Perfect. All right. How y'all doing? Yes, shalom. Oh, you got a notification? Now that's shocking. Usually people say, I didn't get the notification. Y'all got notified. Wow. Something is actually working on YouTube? Oh, man. Well, I'm surprised. I'm glad y'all got the notification because I know that does not work at all. So it's good to see that something finally works on YouTube. Something finally works. Oh, man. What a year. And we're not even through the first quarter of the year, and look at what's happening. Yeah, I saw Bloomberg dropped out. Yeah, Elizabeth need to get her ass out of there. She has zero chance with her old fake Indian ass of winning. Bloomberg didn't do anything but for the last few weeks just throw some damn money around. That's about it. He's horrible at debating. But see, somebody like him, he'll try to run for governor of New York. That's probably what he'll try to do next. Wow. All right, y'all. Oh, wow. This was quick. 166 people are here. So that's a beautiful thing. I'm glad you're all here. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. This is not going to be long. This is going to be pretty quick. That's right. Oh, $5 Indian Elizabeth Warren. Only want to be an Indian so they can steal land and resources. All right, y'all, if you can see my screen, give me a 1. Give me a 1 if you can see the screen. Give me a 1, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Thank you. Thank you for the ones. Thank you. All right, let's go ahead and get started. This is an article that came out in Al Jazeera, y'all. And it just goes to show you how much and how far and wide the coronavirus has spread. I mean, this thing is deep, and it's definitely by far getting so much worse than anything you can imagine. And to be honest with you, I really truly believe the U.S. is undercounting the amount of people that got the coronavirus in this country. I don't believe the numbers that we are getting are true numbers. Okay, these are not true numbers. So if they want to fake the funk, they can keep doing it, but at some point in time, you're going to be forced to tell the truth about what's going on. Whether they like it or not, they're going to be forced to tell the truth. That's the way I see it. All right. And and it's a dangerous thing because people are going to be out and about believing, oh, well, it's not bad here. And that's not true. It is bad here. So Al Jazeera, March 4th, 2020, Iran toll rises to 92 as global outbreak deepens. Live updates. So they now have their own live updates. And to be honest with you, I think a lot of the news sites are better than what the CDC puts out. Plus, the CDC is not listing all the countries like they really should. So this was updated 5 minutes ago, as you can see right there. Governments around the world are scrambling to contain the spread of COVID-19, which is growing globally, even as transmission in China, where the virus originated at the end of last year, continues to show signs of slowing. That's only because they have a huge part of their population quarantined. Okay, when these folks go back to work, everything is going to go off the charts in China with spreading it. There are more than 93,000 cases around the world, the overwhelming majority in China, but deaths are reported in Italy, Iran, and the United States. Authorities are considering new quarantine zones and travel restrictions. Now, I want to show y'all this map. Now, I like this map that Al Jazeera has out. I really like this map because it's interactive. So you can point to a country on the map and it will show you how many people have the virus in those countries. So you got Russia with 5, China with 80,270, Australia with 33, Indonesia 2, Malaysia 50 cases, Philippines 3, Vietnam 16, Cambodia 1, India 28, Pakistan 5. Thank you, Demetrius Flag, for the super chat. You have Iran with 2,922, Saudi Arabia, you got 1, Egypt 2, Algeria 5, Morocco 1, Senegal 1. You got Nigeria 1, and over here in South America, Brazil 2, Argentina 1, Ecuador 6. And look at the European countries: Finland 6, Sweden 24, Norway 32, United Kingdom 51, France 212, Germany 240, Poland 1, Ukraine 1, Belarus 1, Romania 3, Greece 6, Italy 2,502, Spain 149, wow, Portugal 2, United States 108, and I really don't believe that's accurate. This big country, no. Something is these are funny numbers over here. I'm just telling y'all, there is no way it's just 108 in the US. No way. That is not even possible. I do not believe this 108. I believe it is probably quadruple or even 5 times that number here. Mexico 5, Canada 27. And look, y'all, Iceland got 9. How the hell did Iceland get 9? Damn, Iceland got 9? Yeah, that's some crazy shit right there. Norway 32. So you can see, how the hell is this not a pandemic, y'all? How is this not a pandemic? You know, when you look at all these countries, how is this not a pandemic? And I want y'all to see this list right here. Look, 82 countries. Let me see if I can zoom in on this so y'all can see this. Here we go. 82 countries with the coronavirus. And they're still not calling this thing a pandemic. 82 countries. I remember last week, I had counted 52 countries. We're not even a full week later, and this thing is in 82 countries. Yes, it's in Iceland too, right? What I said. But 82 countries now reporting cases of the coronavirus. So for them not to say this is not, a pandemic, it's at a high level, is just laughable. This is a pandemic. It is a full-blown pandemic. Full-blown. Some of these countries on the list they haven't even spoken about. I didn't hear anything about Jordan and Qatar and Singapore. I haven't heard much about anything coming out of there. Ukraine. I mean, there's a lot of countries on here we haven't heard a peep out of them even having cases, but they do. Okay, they do. You know, so that is really something else to see that. So in Italy, they have closed schools and universities there as the death toll rises. The outbreak of coronavirus risen by 28 over the past 24 hours to 107, according to Civil Protection Agency. So the fact that it's just exploding is telling you right there that they can't stop this thing. They seriously can't do it. So, the South Koreas, they're trying to do the same thing China did. They're trying to sanitize the place, and China ended up killing their damn wildlife when they did it. So Israel adds 5 countries to coronavirus air travel restriction. They added Germany, France, Spain, Austria, and Switzerland to go into home quarantine over coronavirus concerns. So you're seeing a lot more countries, making flight restrictions to where people can go. In Iran, one of their top officials have died from coronavirus. Iran banned top officials from leaving the country until further notice, ramping up efforts to limit the spread of the coronavirus. So, ladies and gentlemen, this thing is going strong. Now, this is the part I thought was interesting that we haven't heard anything about. They're saying there's actually 2 strains of coronavirus out here. We haven't heard this. How come we haven't heard this in the US news? But China just confirmed, their scientists, that there are actually 2 main strains of the virus circulating in humans and causing infections. I haven't heard anything about this until now. However, the study looked only at a limited range of data. The researchers from Peking University School of Life Science and the Institute Pasteur of Shanghai, under the Chinese Academy of Sciences, said follow-up studies of larger data sets were needed to better understand the virus evolution. So, I mean, that is ridiculous. I would like to know more about that. What's the difference in these 2 different strains of coronaviruses? What's the difference? And if there are 2, which strains are in the US? Are both strains in the US or just one? We don't even know. We don't know. Okay? And they sure as hell ain't telling us. A 3rd case in New York. A student in New York tested positive for COVID-19, marking the 3rd case in the state. Yeshiva University said it was canceling all classes at one of its 4 New York City campuses as a precautionary step, while it worked with authorities on how to best prepare and keep its students safe. The university did not identify the students. The latest data from the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention listed 108 confirmed and presumed cases in the United States. Now, they already confirmed that normally dogs and cats cannot get the coronavirus, because I was looking into that because I have a cat. I have Loretta, and I wanted to know if, she could possibly get it. So they're saying no. The canine that had it apparently was quarantined along with a 60-year-old woman. So when they put this woman under quarantine, this dog was exclusively around her and no one else. So they believe that's how this particular dog got it. But they're claiming, and to be honest with you, I haven't heard of any cats getting it. This is the only dog I've ever heard of getting the infection. I heard 0 cats. All right. So, the Chinese people, I guess they need to sell and try to make money. So now they got masks for dogs. Okay. I don't even think I could get a mask on Loretta. Egypt bars. So people from Qatar, they are not supposed to come into Egypt anymore. After they got, they're claiming one person, but I don't believe it's one person. It may be the one they tested and they know of, but that's about it. 34 new cases in the UK, rising total number up to 85. So the number of people testing positive for coronavirus has jumped to 85 in the UK. After 16,659 people were tested across the country, said the UK Department of Health and Social Care. So, ladies and gentlemen, this thing ain't going nowhere. The only thing we can do is be as cautious as possible when it comes down to the coronavirus and protecting ourselves. And don't listen to these quote unquote petty ass Hebrews that are running around here telling you if you wash your hands and put on sanitizer, you don't trust the Most High. So what are we supposed to do? Walk around here stinking? Okay, so don't listen to, first of all, our Heavenly Father ain't that petty. They're petty, not our Heavenly Father. Plain and simple. So, ladies and gentlemen, be careful out here. I'm glad to see a site like this, especially with the interactive map. I like this about Al Jazeera. And I did add this to the description if any of you want to keep up with the coronavirus by coming out to this site, because this site is doing live updates. And so you just look at the description box. I have it there for those of you that want to see this. It's a sad thing when the foreign sites give you more information than these people in mainstream news in the US. They don't give you shit. They barely want to tell you there's some in the country. Yeah, Spanish flu, right? Part 2. Yeah, this thing is definitely going to continue to explode because it's like every single day, all of these locations are getting more and more people with it. Well, I mean, the only example, Shelly O, that I seen was China had a student there from Cameroon, and he was in and out of their facility, their hospital, in I think like 2-3 days. And he was back up running and he got over the coronavirus. But as far as cases here in the US, they're not even telling you who these people are. So we don't know if some Black people got it or not, because they're sure not telling us. But I have to tell you, the few they have shown, they have been non-Black people. The ones that I have seen here and there. But for the most part, ladies and gentlemen, for the most part, they're not telling us the race of these people at all. They're not telling us nothing. So, I mean, all we can do is try to be cautious for ourselves and for our families. and just do the best that we can. That's all we're expected to do. And just stay prayed up, ladies and gentlemen, because we don't know what's coming down the pike. We don't know. But we do know that we need to look out for ourselves and our families and the people that we love and care about. Yeah, I heard a New York City attorney got it, and he's not doing so well either. I did read about that. I did read that, he's not doing well at all. I think he's a 60-year-old attorney. And from what I was reading, the reports out of China, they said most of the people that died were between the ages of 39 and I think up into their 70s. They were the main ones dying. Okay. So, so what I'm saying to you guys is just be careful out there. Just be careful. We can't rely on this government to do the right thing. They're not. We have to take the bull by the horn and do what we feel is right. Now, one thing I have to also let you know, they already put out, they can quarantine us anytime they want, which means you could be out shopping and somebody comes in from the government and quarantines the place, which means you can't leave. Yes, the stocks did drop yesterday, and they're going to keep dropping. They got them up today, but it's all for naught. There's no way they can keep the stocks up with this going on, because, just like you see them closing down schools and businesses, that's coming to the US. So once businesses and schools and all kinds of places of business shut down, the stocks are going to pump. Shoot, we may end up in a recession behind this whole thing. Thank you, Julia, for the super chat. We may be in a recession before this thing is said and done. So everybody, I'm not going to keep you any longer. I want to thank you for coming. I just wanted to show you the latest update, and that this thing is in 82 different countries now. 82 countries. But they still won't call it a pandemic. That is very obviously a pandemic. Period. You don't have to be an expert to see that this is a pandemic. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have a premiere coming up in a few minutes. I hope to see you all over there. Peace, family.